Good evening. Today is Sunday, February 17th, 2013, and you're watching the Jessa Channel on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and today we are here outside of Epernay in France, ready to board the Last Express, an adventure game that we have been playing here. We've been through Paris. Now we're ready to get on the train and see what's going on for the rest of the evening. Let's jump right in. If you'll remember, in the last episode, we saw Kronos, a very intense man, and his very silent woman servant, Kahina, who asked us if we had the gold. So our conductor is heading down the hallway. I wonder where he's headed. Let's see.
Qu'est-ce qui t'amène?
Oh, rien de spécial, je m'ennuie.
Déjà, eh bien ça commence mal.
Oh, tu sais, j'ai juste 3 lits à faire et un seul de mes passagers a besoin de mes services.
Plains-toi, tu trouves pas que t'exagères un peu? Pourquoi tu fais pas leur compartiment?
Bah, j'ai le harem, dans 4 compartiments, je n'ai pas le droit d'entrer. L'eunuque qui ne parle aucune langue civilisée et prend son sabre à chaque fois que je m'approche d'une de ses filles. Et un Américain qui a peur que je lui fasse son lit.
Un lit de qui il veut dormir?
Tu crois que c'est ça?
Ça m'embête de te le dire parce que notre conversation m'intéresse, mais je crois qu'en ce moment, nous ne sommes pas seuls.
L'Américain? Je t'assure qu'il ne comprend aucun mot de français. Au départ, je lui ai demandé de ne pas trop pencher la tête par la fenêtre et il n'a rien compris. J'ai dû le lui répéter en anglais.
Ah bon, si tu en es certain?
Avec les Américains, tu peux être à l'aise. Même ceux qui parlent français ne comprennent jamais rien. À plus tard.
Allez, bonsoir.
So I have a feeling he was not talking about us, the American. I wonder what she's up to. But Tyler, who must not have spoken any English, did I say that? French. I wonder what she's doing in there. I know that's not her compartment. And we can't knock or anything, so, it's a mystery. What is she up to? And there's Tatiana.
Pardon me?
Coming out of her compartment.
Pardon me?
Interesting. I wonder where Kahina went. Hello? Oh, here are the girls.
These aren't nuances, Sophie. All of Russia may go into revolt.
After a month on the island, you won't think about such things. Listen, why don't you write a play when we get there? Ça pourrait être un chef-d'œuvre. Une de tes amusantes petites pièces, comme celle que tu as écrite sur Réginald. Je serai Ariane et tu seras Théséus. Joséphine sera le Minotaure. Pourtant, tu es tellement têtue que ça devrait être ton rôle.
Josephine?
Oui, je ne t'ai pas dit? Elle m'a écrit à la dernière minute car elle voulait absolument nous rejoindre. Elle déteste être à l'écart de ce qui se passe. Oh, ne fais pas cette tête-là. Bien sûr, nous serons ensemble. Après tout, on n'est pas des jeunes mariés. On va passer tout notre temps à admirer des couchers de soleil.
I sense some jealousy in the ranks there.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
Bonsoir, mon oncle.
As-tu oublié quelque chose?
C'est que... Vous voulez dire la liste des passagers? Il semble que je l'ai égarée quelque part.
Tu ne la trouves plus? Que veux-tu dire?
Je l'avais laissée ici, à l'intérieur de mon journal. Elle était rangée, j'allais vous la ramener. Je ne peux pas croire qu'elle soit tombée, j'ai cherché partout.
Would you lock my door, please?
And is not.
Pardon me?
C'en est trop. Qu'est-ce que tu crois que je vais pouvoir écrire
Pardon
dans
me?
mon rapport? Mon neveu n'est qu'un épouvantable paresseux et n'a obtenu son emploi que grâce à moi. Je l'épaule et il perd la liste complète des passagers de 2 wagons couchettes. Ce n'est pas possible. Tu as intérêt à retrouver cette liste avant que nous arrivions à Budapest.
Oui, mon oncle, je suis désolé, mon oncle. Elle doit être ici quelque part.
Quand j'avais ton âge, je portais encore les sacs des voyageurs. Les jeunes d'aujourd'hui ont la vie trop facile et ils ne s'en rendent pas compte.
Kids today.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
Pardon me?
So I'm trying to rush down before August Schmidt gets down here to hit to the smoking car. so that I can say hello to this young lady.
Are you reading about Madame Caillot?
Have you read it?
Just a guess. It was either that or Rasputin. They don't seem to write about anything else.
Don't you care about Rasputin?
Oh, sure I do. I like him. Just when you think he's dead, he pops back up again. Good night, Miss Wolf.
I just wanted you to catch that little exchange because a good part of the game is about really getting these little exchanges. And as I have mentioned...
Here's Schmidt.
Before, an important part of the replayability of this game is that you cannot be in numerous places at once. I mean, you're only one person.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
So it's important for us to be able to get all the juicy information that's going on with the game. I love the women who come out. They play no other role than to provide some intrigue and interest. And singing.
Ah, monsieur, excuse me. These compartments belong to the gentleman in number 4.
For those of you who speak Arabic, you may be able to catch a few words of that.
Monsieur.
Oh, what have we here?
Do you have a match?
Aren't you a little young to smoke?
Monsieur, I'm not a little girl. I have just spent the whole season in Paris. I'm very tired and I want to smoke. Thank you.
Что там произошло?
Вы говорите по-русски?
Немного. Only what my mother was able to teach me.
How funny. An American who speaks Russian. Then you heard the horrible things that man said to my grandfather.
Who is he?
His name is Alexei. We grew up together. We used to play together every summer in Odessa. I can't imagine why he should want to quarrel with my grandfather. So childish.
Well, maybe he'll grow up. Like you.
So he's quite a little charmer, our doctor is. But Tatiana speaks Russian, so let's see if she can help us with this
Do you
scroll.
think you could read this?
The firebird. It's beautiful. Look at his burning tail. Where did it come from?
It belonged to a friend of mine. What does it say?
It's a poem for children. It's a story about Prince Ivan and the firebird. If you like, I could write out a translation and give it to you in the morning.
Спасибо, Татьяна.
Не за что. Спокойной ночи.
I love the different languages that we speak, the passengers speak, and that we get to hear. That's one of the things that adds to the great amount of...
Chalon-sur-Marne, 2 minutes d'arrêt.
We are in, as he's saying,
Le train entre en gare de
Bonsoir, monsieur.
Chalon-sur-Marne.
Chalon-sur-Marne.
Sur-Marne.
Chalon-sur-Marne. Anyway.
Mais l'hygiène, dans une voiture de première, c'est vraiment inadmissible.
Je comprends ce que vous voulez dire, madame. Et dans un train de première classe ordinaire, bien sûr, cela ne se produirait pas. Mais vous savez, madame, l'Orient Express a une histoire bien spéciale. Tout le monde sait que madame Woolf voyage toujours avec son énorme chien. Cela fait partie du romantisme légendaire de l'Orient Express. Certains de nos passagers sont parfois extrêmement déçus de ne pas avoir la chance de voyager en sa compagnie.
J'espère qu'il est attaché au moins.
Oh, bien sûr, madame. Il est très bien dressé. Le meilleur chien que vous ne puissiez rencontrer. Je vous assure que vous vous rendrez à peine compte qu'il y a un chien dans le train.
Bon, on verra ça.
Y a-t-il autre chose, madame?
Non, merci.
Bonsoir, madame.
Madame Bouturel?
They come to the island anyway once they know you were there. Is that what you're writing in your book? Let me see. If you want to spy on what I'm writing, je m'en fiche de ce que tu écris. Fais ce que tu veux. Moi, je vais au salon.
Okay, a little bit of discontent between the ladies there. They're going to head down to the smoking car, but let's see. I love it. We just stand here and stare at him.
When I saw you in London, I thought you were English.
Not really.
Yes, really.
My wife is English. Perhaps because of this.
It's more than that. It's the way you dress, the way you carry yourself. And of course, you speak English so beautifully. I would never have believed you were German.
Is that so? But really, Miss Wolf, your own English is also very good.
They're just buttering the heck out of each other. Butter, 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 butter. Let's see what the conductors are saying.
Les industriels de tous les pays qui nous mènent à la guerre. Et c'est nous, les ouvriers, le peuple, qui allons le payer cher, comme toujours.
Qu'est-ce que tu racontes là? T'es socialiste, toi?
Je suis un prolétaire comme toi. La seule façon d'éviter la guerre, c'est d'organiser la classe ouvrière de l'Allemagne, de la France et de l'Angleterre. C'est nous qui allons au casse-pipe, pas les politiciens.
Dis ce que tu veux, mais si les Allemands nous poussent à bout, on va
Tatiana?
reprendre l'Alsace et la Lorraine.
Mais tu n'y comprends rien. Ça ne se fait plus avec l'épée, la guerre moderne. Ça serait un massacre. On n'est plus en 1870.
Excuse-moi, j'ai du travail. Mais ton idée m'intéresse. On continuera cette conversation plus tard.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
So that guy, when he passes us, he never speaks. I mean, he speaks, but his mouth doesn't move, which always kind of amused me. So I am trying to make sure that you guys get as many of the conversations as possible. So I've taken some time to really map out where things are happening, because the beauty of the Last Express is that you, as I've mentioned before, you can only be in one place at one time. So there's a lot of replayability in the game, but I'm trying to get you the major points. For example, par exemple, let's see what's going on when we happen to just casually hang outside the train. Because you know, because that's how you do. Ho, 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 ho. What have we here? First of all, he's smoking inside his compartment, which was, of course, very de rigueur. At that point, I'm probably murdering my French. You French folks, French speakers, are probably smacking your heads in French. Smacking your foreheads in French. Anyway, excuse me. I've still got bronchitis going on. I apologize for that. So we have a clock here, some wires. I have a feeling that his traveling alarm clock did not break. I have a feeling. You remember at the beginning of the game that we found a piece of paper. Here it is. Well, I can't see it now because I'm hanging outside a train. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I mean, I like to get, you know, a breath of fresh air now and then, and, you know, as you do. So, if you remember, at the beginning of the game, we saw an interesting timetable. This is fun here. This, from Paris to Constantinople by Orient Express via Belgrade. It tells you what the fare was. Look at this. The fare for this trip was $76.55. That's amazing. And back then, that was a lot of money. Departure from Paris, Gare de l'Est, at 7:14 p.m. Arrive at 11 a.m. Time of journey, 61 hours, 1,993 miles. Let me say that right now correctly. And outside Galanta, where we're due to arrive tomorrow evening, because right now we just passed Chalon. We have not yet reached Strasbourg. Outside of Budapest, there's something here at 10:40. Very interesting. That the Russian man wrote in his, that we found in his book at the, in the first episode. So, the plot thickens, basically. The plot definitely thickens. Let's see if we can't do a little bit of quick snooping.
Have a good night.
Thank you. Outside the woman's compartment, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get in there right now, as you can see.
The young ladies are not in, monsieur.
We know they're not in. We just want to get in when they're not in. Okay, well, let's see. We may not be able to get into the kitchen area, but we can try. the conductor, the train master, I should say.
I'm so tired. I can hardly keep my eyes open.
I too wish we could go on talking forever.
Good night, Herr Schmidt.
If we just follow Anna... Oh, and our... Hello, Anna. And she slips into her compartment. And our conductor is asleep. And we can do a little bit of snooping. Let's see if she's written anything else in her diary. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. That's what I'm trying to do here. It's a point-and-click game that I can't seem to point-and-click. Okay.
Dear friend, at last, today Sophie and I set forth on our journey. A journey to the east, away from the London...
Okay, so she hasn't written anything new. She will write something each day. But we can also... see if Miss Anna is true to her word. Oh my. Well, unfortunately, we won't be able to see what's going on there. I haven't never seen that before. This is what I mean. I've gone out and usually she's sleeping. Which is what I expected to see. But I guess she was changing her clothes to get ready for bed. See, there's some detail for you. One of the many reasons why I adore this game. Adore it. Okay, so, the women are... I don't think there's anything else to eavesdrop on except for the women in the car having tea. And I'm not sure if they'll have anything to say, but we'll see. And while they are having their late evening tea, this is a good time to tell you a little bit about the paper. This game is a wonderful game for historical significance of events happening before World War I. The date, as I've said, is July 24th, 1914. And the newspaper, one of the many wonderful things about this game is that the newspaper is authentic to the time and has articles that were really happening, things that were really going on at the time. For example, Austrian pressure on Serbia. Now, don't worry, I will not read this paper to you, but I am going to put up one of the interesting articles and let you pause the video and read it yourself if you'd like. I also apologize for the roughness of my voice. I'm recovering from bronchitis. So, interesting note here is the assassination, as here, of Archduke Francis Ferdinand and the Duchess of Hohenberg by Bosnian Serbs at Sarajevo on June 29th. Now, we also know that there are some Bosnian Serbs here on the train, as one of them tried to disembowel us several times earlier on in the day. So there's some interesting things to note there. Let's go down, and I'll show you the entire article, and like I said, I'll try and move out of the way here so you can read it. There we go. And when I first played this game, I actually took the time to read the entire paper each day and learned a lot about what was happening, and it really just adds to the entire flavor and background of the game. So, we have alarmist rumors from Mexico, troops brought to the capital, a Russian strike, which is important to note for the background of the story that's going on between Alexei, Tatiana, and her grandfather. And tomorrow, if we have a chance, we will make sure and take a look at the paper. There's also, just for fun, you can go out. This page 2 has the news, but over here, just for fun, you can read some of the personal ads. Stout, young-hearted Britisher, aged 23, for sale. Willing to do anything or go anywhere, has traveled many countries, strong, healthy, athletic, good appearance, well-educated. Only genuine offers entertained. Immediate application necessary for this astounding bargain. Advertiser is deadly earnest. Last of his money is speculated on this advertisement. Now, you British sportsmen, wake up. That's how dudes got a date with other dudes who were traveling back in 1914. So yeah, there's some very amusing things in here if you want to read them. I'll go down and let you see that you can read them. Aviator is open to carry passenger on long-distance flight. Route option of passenger, but not to include more than 350 miles at a stretch overseas. State trip desired and terms offered. So you could buy yourself a passage on a flight. That's just amazing. And here's one more that I really like. Young lady, well-educated, aged 21, desires engagement as a companion to a lady willing to travel. Good references given as required. Some more wonderful things here. So this is some great things for Oh, Mrs. Hamilton begs for financial aid for two ladies who have worked hard all their lives, but whose means of support have now entirely failed. Fullest particulars given. So that was the way you asked for donations. Nowadays, you put your request for donations on Tumblr with a picture of a poor animal that you're trying to save. So, it looks like there's not too much else to do at this point. We've had a rough day, throwing dead bodies around, and oh gosh, that reminds me. We have one more very important problem to deal with. And that is, before we can go to bed, we have to... Oh, shoot. Whoopsie doodle, totally forgot about our good friend who's waiting for us. And you know, he's a terrible bedmate. He snores. He sticks his elbow in your ribs. Such a pain. Some people. Okay. So, we have a dead body here that we need to dispose of. I'm trying to get the... So obviously we can't get a bit of shut-eye with this going on, so we're going to have to figure out what to do. Now, since we are in the countryside, we are outside of the big cities, Paris, and we look on our route here, we're just in between Paris and Strasbourg. So this might be a better place to throw the body out of the window because it's more rural, and hopefully it'll take a longer time for the body to be found. Let's see. Window open, and I just wanted to tell you, Tyler, you were a good friend. And by the way, take a moment to rewind and look at the particularly interesting marks on poor Tyler's face, as they are an important part of the story. But anyway, we'll say a few words. I'm still angry about what happened in Cuba, but I'm willing to forgive and forget if you are. Okay, well, bye-bye. And a convenient bridge pops up so that we won't be found. I love it that when we throw the body out this time, our coat is spared the blood stains because, I don't know, maybe they've congealed for a while. And it's just so funny that you know, we're actually thinking we can get off the train and nonchalantly walk out with this blood stain on and explain it away that we cut ourselves shaving or something. So yeah, opening up the bed now. Unfortunately, you can't sleep in the top bunk because I tried that when I first played the game. I was like, I am not sleeping in there. Forget it. But unfortunately, the game doesn't let you. So time to make up the bed. And I can tell you the beds here are 10 times more comfortable than Amtrak seats. I'm telling you. Ah, time for some shut-eye. Oh, wait. Forgot one thing. Lights out. This is interesting. Is it morning? No, it's still night out. I wonder where we are. This window won't budge. I can't open it. And it's very quiet. We must be at a stop. Let me ask the conductor. The bells aren't working. It's interesting. Where's the conductor? Let me see. Maybe he's down here. Wait. I'm trying to go forward, but I can't get to the end of the train. Every time I try and go forward... Let me try the other way. That's odd. My cabin's down there, but I can't get to it. What cabin am I in front of? Wait, I'm in front of my cabin. That's cabin number 1. Or compartment, I should say. I don't understand. Let me try and go to compartment number 2 and see if Alexi... No. What's going on?
Why don't you make it sing?
Why don't you make it sing? Well, that does it. That's the last time I'm sleeping in a bed with a dead body that's been in it. Serves you right for giving nightmares for that. Huh. We are still stopped, though. I wonder where. Oh, no, wait, we're moving now. Let me call for the conductor. Oh, conductor! Oh, as you can see, he's running to our beck and call. I do believe at some point in the game you can click on the conductor, ring the bell, and the conductor will come. In fact, I know you can because I've done it before. And what happens is he just comes to the door and asks if you need anything, and you say, you know, you're washing your hair or something. Kronos is awake. Let's see if he'll answer the door. Well, fine. Be that way. Let's see who else is awake on the train. Perhaps we might be able to sneak into the baggage compartment. Music. Maybe she's open for company. Let's see.
I saw your light. I thought you might be having trouble sleeping.
I had a bad nightmare. It woke me up.
Can I come in?
Why not? Runter, Maxel. Make yourself comfortable. I'm sorry the place is a mess.
Do you always carry a gun on your concert tours?
A woman traveling alone has to be careful.
I would have thought Max was enough protection.
You are not Tyler Whitney. Who are you?
My name is Robert Cath.
What do you want?
Tyler Whitney was a friend of mine.
What's that supposed to mean? Maxel, bleib hier. Sitz.
What's going on? What's happening?
Они вас не ждали на вокзале. Они вошли.
Let me through. I'm a doctor.
Слышите, как они поют? Таня, посмотри на его руки. Они покрыты
Boil some water.
шерстью, черной шерстью. Неужели ты не видишь?
Vasily!
What are you doing? What kind of a doctor are you?
Это я знаю. Ты за мною пришел, убийца. Таня, подай мне нож. Я вырежу его сердце и скормлю волкам.
Дедушка! Oh, don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's saying.
Vasily Alexandrovich!
Who are you?
Set it down over there.
Mais pour l'amour du ciel, que signifient ces cris? C'est impossible de dormir dans un tel
Brew this in a
fracas.
tea and give him a cup every 4 hours. Can you do
Vous
that?
voyez l'incident est clos.
Yes.
Retournez-vous.
What on earth is the matter?
Let's clear out. Let him sleep.
Vous avez entendu le docteur. Tout le monde dehors. Il faut le laisser se reposer.
Miss Tatiana, could I speak with you?
Oh, ça c'est rien.
I don't want to frighten you, but I think someone went into my compartment while I was at dinner. No. Would you think I was very silly if I asked you to keep it for me, just until we reach Vienna?
Of course not. I would be glad to.
You mustn't tell anybody. It will be our secret. Excuse me.
Pardon me.
So if you were unable to hear those voices, Anna, coming out here, just asked...
Good night, Miss Wolf.
Good night, Mr. Whitney.
Anna Wolf just asked Tatiana Obolinskaya to hold something for her until they reached Vienna. Interesting. If you remember, the only thing that's happening in Vienna that I have heard about so far is Kronos getting off the train. We also saw Kronos's woman servant spying in compartments that were definitely not hers. So, things move along, and Anna is dropping off whatever it is. I'll give you a little hint as to what it might be. When we first jumped onto the train and walked right into the compartment, walked right into the corridor of the sleeping car, at the end of the corridor there was a little hint. So go back and watch episode 1, the first part of episode 1, right when we enter the train, right after the intro, and there'll be a little hint for you. So there's not much else to do except go back to sleep and hope for better dreams. Okay, so it's a happy morning, let's see. A nice day outside. And it is 8:26 in the morning on July 25th, 1914, here on the Last Express. We have just left Ulm, 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 and we are heading into Munich. I'm going to end the episode here, because a lot of interesting and exciting things happen when we head into Munich. If you remember, one of the things that Herr Schmidt said was that the arms, whatever it is that he is planning to sell us, or we are planning to buy from him, is coming on to the train at Munich. So, a lot of interesting things to happen there. If you've enjoyed this episode, please encourage me and leave a thumbs up button below. Hit that thumbs up button below, I should say. And if you loved what you saw, then please join the party and subscribe. And I'll see you on the Orient Express in the next episode as we head into Munich. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening.